이번 영상은 파라즈 자카의 2026 WSOP $2,500 프리즈아웃 대회입니다. 자카는 브레이슬릿 하나를 보유한 미국 출신의 프로 포커 플레이어인데요. 포커 강의로도 활동하고 있는 그의 플레이를 한번 같이 살펴보겠습니다.
Really tough hand with 7-5. The button opens, who's a new player to the table. I call. Flop is Jack 5-2 with 2 hearts. He c-bets 800, 24% of the pot. I call. Turns another Jack, but it also puts a spade draw out. So there's 2 flush draws out. I check, and he bets 1200, which is very small. I decide to just call, and the river's a 5. Now, I think there's a pretty high chance he was probably just betting some sort of ace high or middle pair that he's probably going to check back now, being scared of the jacks and the 2 5s out there. So I lead 7,500, which is a little over pot. And I'm thinking with this sizing, it's going to be hard for him to think I don't have a jack here sometimes. So I don't think he can just, raise here, assuming I never have a jack. Relatively quickly, he kind of looks to see how much I have left and makes it about 27,500. So pretty hefty raise. So I'm trying to think, is there a world where he just thinks I always have a 5 here and never have a jack? He did bet very small on the turn, so maybe he thinks I would have raised the jack. I don't really know. But on the flip side, I'm like, why the hell would he bet so small with the jack? Because there's 2 flush draws out there. Is he going to want to charge me? So it's this kind of weird spot where he doesn't have a lot of jacks, but it's also not a spot a lot of people bluff very much. So I was very torn. I decided to throw it away. Just such a soft tournament, these freeze outs, and my table's pretty good. So it felt like it was very close, and I would rather edge spot on a pot that's very close in this tournament. So I threw that one away.
토너먼트 초반에는 무리한 승부를 피하는 방식으로 운영한 자카. 이길 가능성이 보이더라도 폴드하며 칩을 아끼는 모습이었습니다.
Hand where I 4-bet him and he called and he took the pot off me, and he's been seeing me open a lot, and we already kind of have a little bit of a dynamic going where I think he thinks I'm full of shit a bit. So I 3-bet here out of the big blind. This is a pure value 3-bet. I'm assuming he's gonna call with ace jack, king queen, ace 10 suited, a bunch of pocket pairs. So he calls and I get a great flop, queen 4-4. I c-bet small here, 2K into 8K. That allows me to also bet hands like 8s plus and ace king that I don't want to bet too much chips in the pot with yet. Turn comes at 5 of hearts, putting a backdoor flush draw out there, and I feel confident that if I check here, he might bet a lot of his pairs, and if I jam here, he might just put me in a draw. So that's basically what I did. I checked, he bet 3K, I jammed, he tanked for a while and called off with 9s, and we got the full double. So that was nice. I really needed it. The last hour, the momentum was just against me, and I was kind of dwindling away. So I feel like I have a fresh start in this tournament again. So yeah, let's take this break and come back strong.
정확한 판단으로 완벽한 계획을 세우고 이를 그대로 실행했던 자카. 포커 프로의 자질이 확실히 드러나는 한 판이었습니다.
So I raise king 3 of diamonds from middle position here. Big blind calls. This is a loose open, but there's a couple people behind me that I think are playing a little scared and tight of me. So I'm opening a little wider than normal here. Flop was Jack 5-2. I c-bet 17K, he calls. Turn is the 6 of hearts. That gives me a gut shot, but more importantly, it blocks 3-4 suited, which is a combo he's gonna have from the big blind that he's gonna be able to call down with. So I go ahead and make a huge bet here on the turn, about 85K into 100K. This puts a lot of pressure on his 1-card hands, his 5X, his deuce X, his ace high, even some of his flush draws are gonna have to fold here. He should not be folding a jack, but some people get a little scared and overfold the jack. And my plan here is if the flush misses, I'm probably gonna keep barreling river and just jam, because he's just gonna have a lot of combos of a pair of 5s, a pair of 6s with a straight draw, or some sort of pair and a flush draw that's gonna call and then fold a river. Even call it with a naked jack is quite hard. So I'm planning to make a big move here on the river, but boom, I river the 4 diamonds, which gives me the straight. And it's a really unexpected straight because I don't have many 3s here in my range. It's basically just ace 3 suited, maybe pocket 3s. So I think he's not going to put me on many threes. Now, do keep in mind 7-8 got there. And I like that I don't have a 7 or 8 in my hand because it means he's going to have hands like 5-7, 6-8 of spades and stuff that blocks 7-8, and he might consider hero calling. So I go ahead and jam all in here, a bit over pot. He tanks for a long time. He really wants to hero call me. And he finally folds, which is unfortunate, but I show the king of diamonds because no one's going to put me on king 3 of diamonds. They haven't seen me opening those types of hands yet. So I'm pretty sure the entire table was sure I was bluffing there, and he was very unhappy about it.
테이블 내에 자신의 이미지를 활용해 플레이하는 자카. 포커 프로에게는 자신의 이미지를 활용한 이런 운영에 능한데요. 마지막 리버에 카드까지 맞아준다면 그야말로 큰 밸류까지 뽑아낼 수 있습니다.
Raises 300k under the gun. I call the big blind with 3 deuce of spades. I have a bigger stack than him, which allows me to call a little bit wider here because I'm going to be able to over-realize equity post-flop here, given that he needs to be careful against a big stack. Flop comes 6-4 deuce. Now, I think he's going to check back this flop quite often. It's a dangerous board to get check raised off when I have all the sets here and he doesn't. So I go ahead and lead to 225k and he calls. Turn is the 5 of diamonds. Now, this is a quite interesting card because it gives me the straight, but the flush is also out there. And I really don't want to build a big pot here and bet again and then have to be in a tough spot on the river where I check and he throws out a big bet. Or maybe I bet the river and then he jams the ace of diamonds. So I want to start pot controlling now. And Chino knows I'm capable of check raising this turn, so I don't think he's just going to go crazy here. The turn goes check, check. River is the 9 of hearts. Now, this is where I think most players will just bet here, but I feel like there's a very good chance he has some sort of overpair still, something like pocket 10s through aces that he didn't want to get check raised with on the turn. And my hand really looks like I have a pair of 6s, a 4, a 5, something that Chino's going to be pretty tempted to value bet against. So I go ahead and check, and he bets 400k, and I really am not worried about the flush. I just think it's very unlikely he would have checked flush on the turn. So I comfortably check raise to 1.7 mil. He goes into the tank here for a while, and he sounds pretty annoyed that he bet and didn't just check it to showdown. Finally, he folds, and I show the deuce of spades. And I don't think they expect me to check raise that thin, so I'm pretty sure he thinks I was bluffing. And even though I didn't get paid, I still kind of like the dynamic that created here.
리버 이후 공개하지 않아도 될 핸들을 공개하는 플레이를 했던 자카. 이런 트릭으로 자신이 원하는 테이블 이미지를 형성하며 이후의 게임을 유리하게 가져가고자 했는데요. 같이 앉은 테이블 사람들을 현혹하는 이 플레이는 자카를 따라갈 만한 포커 프로가 없을 것 같습니다. 시청해주셔서 감사합니다.